So we'll get started with just a few little details, and then we are going to get down to business. We have a lot of math to do. Yep. First thing you do when you come in this room is put your phone in your caddy. All right, please do that. You guys are mostly seniors. Are you a junior? Okay, so mostly seniors and a junior. So you've been around, Lord knows I've been around. This is year 45 for me. So you know what to expect. Now you have heard people say, oh, Miss Ford, she's so mean. No, I'm not mean. I'm a grandma. I'm a sweetheart. When do I get mean? When you don't do what you're supposed to do. As long as you do what you know you're supposed to do, we are going to get along famously, and hopefully at the end of the year, you'll say, I loved 5th period Precal. It was the best class ever, right? But I do enforce dress code. I do confiscate phones, and when I confiscate them, I keep them for the day. I send you out if you can't focus, because my job is to help the kids who want to learn. And we're going to get along great if y'all want to learn and you just try to do your best. I purposefully, I don't know if you noticed how when classes are assigned, there's kind of a pecking order, so we have all these math classes that have to be taught, and teachers get to say, I want to teach this, and it goes basically by seniority. Well, guess who's the oldest? Me. So guess who gets to pick what she wants to teach? I do. And I choose to teach this class because, and you'll hear me say it again and again, I believe in your ability to be successful. I know some of you because I had you a long time ago. So I know what you're capable of. You will achieve if you put in the effort. How many of your athletes? Yep. Mm-hmm. What happens if you don't go to practice? We don't play. We sit on the bench. What happens if we don't do our math homework? We don't get to compete. We fail. We come to class, we pay attention, we take notes, we do our practice work, that's homework, we come in for office hours if we need help, and you're going to do great. You're going to do great. I don't know what your history is. If you failed before, if you got A's before, you have a fresh slate. We're starting new together, and we're all going to do great. That's my hope, right? Okay, so you have 2 things to do tomorrow. All right, for tomorrow, you have 2 things to do. First of all, the green piece of paper you picked up is the class policies. One, I had these printed. I'm an A personality, you know what that means? I like to get things done. So I had this printed, and then they told us day before yesterday that we had to have an AI policy in our syllabus. So mine is online. I revised it and put it online, but I didn't want to make all new copies because that's wasteful. So I'm just telling you, this class is no AI, none. There's no reason to use it. So no photo math, no whatever all those other things are. We do our own work. Okay? That makes sense. It's a math class. We're going to do our own. Other than that, everything is in this. I'm not going to go through it with you. You're going to bring it back tomorrow, signed by you and whoever's in charge of you. Mom, grandma, brother, I don't know, whoever's in charge of you. That's who is going to sign this. Okay, you bring that back, it's 5 points. Come on. Easiest grade ever. Bring that in. Okay? Now, that's what I expect of you. If you read it, fine. If you don't read it, fine. You just sign it. I don't know. That's fine. But understand, that's what I expect of you. If you don't do those things, you're going to get called on. If you do those things, you'll probably end up with an A in this class. Alright, so that's number 1. You're going to bring that back tomorrow, sign. Number 2 is math league registration opens tomorrow. So, I know some of you are thinking math league. I'm not doing math league. Kids, come on. Everybody needs to do math league. Math league is fun. fun. It's 6 questions once a month for 6 months. So it's 6 mornings you'll come in, do 6 questions, and you get extra credit for it if you try. If you try, you get extra credit for it, okay? Now, I want you to remember this day because it's going to happen. The end of the first quarter, on figure and grades, you have a 76.4. Now, for those of you that don't know, that would be the, okay? But a 76.5 would round up to a C. So I'm gonna get an email. My grades are always updated. I'm gonna get an email. Somebody's gonna email, oh, Ms. Ford, I have a 76.4. Can't you help me out? What can I do? I really need a C. I can't get a D. First thing Ms. Ford's going to do is pull up my Math League records. If you didn't register for Math League and participate in Math League, then no. No, don't ask me. There's going to be a hard no. Because Math League is where you have an opportunity to get extra credit. If it's not worth it to you now, then it's not, I'm not honoring it later on, all right? So think about that long and hard. I register, participate in Math League, because that opens up the door maybe to other extra credit opportunities in the future, maybe. Depending on how you do homework policy. Okay, got it? So those are your 2 things. If you're interested in a Math League t-shirt, and they're really cool this year, they're gonna be bright green, and they say, do you like subtraction, make a difference? Oh, come on, that's cool, you know that.
I like that.
They're really cool. Anyway, they're $15. I have forms are in Canvas, forms are in the newsletter. You don't need to buy a t-shirt, right? That is not required. Math League registration is $4. Bring $4. If you want a t-shirt, that's another 15, so that's 19. I have the order forms, you can fill that yourself online. But let's get that taken care of before the 18th of August. That's a hard deadline. That's a no. After that, it's a no. So you got basically next week to get it done.
Do we have to sign up ourselves anywhere, or do we just take the money?
You bring me $4 and we sign up at that time.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. So when you give me $4, your name goes on my list.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other questions? So those are your 2 things for tomorrow. All right. Now, one more quick thing I want to explain before we start doing math. We're going to start doing math today. You have received from me, besides the course policies, you got 2 packets. One is your notes and one is your homework. I want to talk about the way homework works in this class. Okay? I want you to listen carefully. And I want you to revise your negative opinion of me. Because I have made homework as doable as it can possibly be. Because I have 4 kids that went to school here. You'll hear lots of stories about my kids and now my grandkids. Yesterday, cutest thing ever, my 2nd oldest grandson started kindergarten yesterday. He loved kindergarten. He's a sharp little kid, you know. He's the cutest, smartest kid you've ever seen. But he started school yesterday. Last night we went over just to touch base with him to see how to go. Grandma, I have to wait till tomorrow to go back to school. Can't I go back tonight? And he loved it so much he wanted to go back to school last night. Anyway, my 4 children went to school here. They were all very active and stuff. And we had many stressful evenings in our home because my kids played sports that had games during the week, like soccer players, swimmers, track and field. They had games during the week. So I can remember soccer season. They go to school all day, then they go after school, they do their team dinner, whatever that is they do. Then they go and they have to sit through a JV game, and then they gotta play their game, and then they get home, it's like 10 o'clock. And they haven't eaten, they haven't had homework, they haven't showered. I mean, it was very stressful. I remember those days. So, for this class, here's how your homework works. First of all, you don't have it every night. You have homework when I tell you you have homework. And that happens happens when we finish a section in the notes. So we're doing chapter P, prerequisites. P1 or P has 7 sections, so there will be 7 assignments in this chapter. Each section is a page. So for P1, that top page, those 5 problems, that's it. The back is scratch paper. I'm a scavenger. I try to use everything over and over. So I use scratch paper. That's it for P1. That single page. We will not finish that today, so you will not have math homework today. But let's just pretend for a moment that we were going to finish it today. So I would say, okay, that our notes, one of our notes, we finished P1, that homework is now assigned. If we finished it today, it would be due on Monday. If we finish it tomorrow, it's due on Tuesday. If we finish it Monday, it's due Wednesday. If we finish it Tuesday, it's due Thursday. Are you getting the hang of how this works? So you get, let's say you're a soccer player, and you have a match tonight. You don't have time to get your math homework tonight. You have tomorrow to get it done and turn it in. Now, the flip of that is also true. If you have a match tomorrow night, then get it done tonight. You can always turn homework in early. Okay? So you have a grace day in there. Now, because I'm giving you a grace day, it is due, let's say we finish it today, it's due Monday. It's due Monday no matter what. Okay? Miss Pearl, we don't have class on Monday. I don't care, it's due on Monday. So you will walk in the room at your convenience anytime on Monday, because you don't have math class on Monday, you're gonna come in. Anytime at your convenience, I'll be standing up here yakking. You'll just walk right on in. You'll just walk in, and right over there's a yellow plate. Point to it. Right there. That's where you'll just put it in there and you walk right back out. That can be during class, that can be during lunch, that can be before school, that can be after school. I don't. Just make sure you guys turn in by 3:20 on Monday. That's when you'll be 3:20. Okay, does that make sense, everybody? But Miss Brooke, I don't want to hassle with that on Monday. Okay, then turn it in on Friday. You see what I mean? You have the option of turning it in class. If you haven't done, get it done, turn it in. Otherwise, you have to make a trip up here and turn it in. But what if I have a college visit? It's still due. But I'm not in school. Take a picture of it and email it to me. I do not like electronic work. I'm 66 years old. I don't know all that stuff. But if you're not here, that's your only option. Otherwise, it's hard to copy. So, you rip off P1, and they're all stapled together. You rip off P1, turn it in, and then when P2 is assigned, you'll do it, rip it off, put it in. So I'm not handing out papers all the time. This is your homework packet for each chapter. What if I lose it? You get into Canvas and print a new one. Right? Same with your notes. Get the Canvas, print a new one. Everybody still with me here? That might be a little bit different than how you're used to it. We should not ever have issues with grading homework. I always have the answers up here. They're right here on the front desk. Answers. You can come in any time. Check your homework if you want. I will check. I will mark things right and wrong. But you're going to get 10 out of 10 if you give it your best effort. Just give it your best effort. I don't expect you to get everything right. I mean, that'd be awesome, but you're just learning. But you gotta give it some effort. Okay? Right? Now, you really wanna see me like go absolutely start reading lunatic crazy? Copy somebody's homework. That's, in my mind, that's just horrific. So, we'll contact 3G, we'll contact Mr. Matthews, we'll contact your parents. And we'll have a conversation about why you felt the need to copy homework. Don't do that. Don't put yourself in a position where you have to copy. Come see me, I'll help you. Come look at the answers that are posted here. Ask your classmate. But don't cheat. Don't cheat. Your better off not turning it in. than cheating. Either way, you're gonna get a 0, but the other cheating is gonna cause you to have some discipline action too. Okay? Alright. I think I've said everything. If anyone has a question. Alright, let's take some notes today now. Oh, by the way, everything I'm doing here is video. Right? So I gotta take 10 minutes if someone's absent, they're gonna pull up the video and watch it. If you're absent, they're gonna pull up the video and watch it. So you will be out for many reasons, college visits, retreats, this, that, and the other thing. Your job is to watch the video. Get your notes caught up, get ready to okay? So, notes. Your notes start with properties. Go to the next page. We're gonna actually start there. No. So the question is, what if I go on pencils are in that container right down there. So what happens when I go on retreat and I don't miss, because one day I miss probably 2 days, maybe 3, depending on how it falls. What do I do then? I've been teaching in this school for forever. I believe in seeing retreat. I'm 100% in. So normally what we do is you have until you want the entire week to get stuff done. If you come to me and say, one thing I forgot to mention was that every single person in this class, listen carefully, is going to have a graphing calculator in his possession every day you walk in. Every day you're going to have a graphing calculator. Now, does that mean we're going to use it every day? Nope, not going to use it every day. I don't use mine every day. But you're going to have one with you, so when I say, let's graph this thing, you can pull it out and be ready to go. This board is great. I can't afford a graphing calculator. This board. I'll never use it after this class. I don't want to buy one. This board. I lost mine from last year. My mom says she won't buy me another one. Whatever your reason is that you can't get one yourself, you come to me after school and I will check one out to you for the year. Now, when I do that, you're going to sign a contract that says if you don't return it after our exam in May, your account will be billed. And last year, please know, there was a student whose diploma was held because he didn't pay for the calculator he lost. Now, eventually they did. He got his diploma, but it was held. He graduated and got a blank folder because he hadn't paid his calculator fee. I'm going to let you use a calculator for free. You pay nothing unless you don't return it. Then, you don't pay. Okay? Come see them, take care of that after school. If you can't do it today, that's okay, do it tomorrow. Can't do it tomorrow, do it Monday. Gotta all have a calculator, alright? And the calculators you will rent, or not rent, get from me are the old ones, so you will be responsible for batteries. You'll have to put batteries in. If you have the newer ones, one of your own, I got 2 chargers over here. So feel free to charge those at any time. What kids would often do last year is they would come in first thing in the morning, like before school, pop their calculator in the charger, and then by the time their class came around, the calculator was charged. Because be clear, an uncharged calculator, a dead calculator, is like having no calculator. Alright, if you have an unusable calculator, that doesn't count. Alright, you gotta have one that's ready to go. So if yours isn't charged, bring it in the morning and charge it. And if you don't know how that thing works, I'll help you. If you have a battery operated calculator, go get some batteries, right? Make sure you're ready. Okay, any other questions? Do you have a question? No. Okay. Let's go. Here we go. Speaking of calculators, A, find the decimal form of 15/8. We are on not the property page, but the actual first page of notes. not the property page. Okay, where it says P1, it says page 1 up here at the top. P1, find the decimal form. How do we do this? How do we find the decimal form of 15/8? Anybody know? How do you find the decimal form of 15/8? Oh my gosh, no one knows? Yeah. Okay, one more time, because I said this 3 times. So one more time. Second page of notes has a P1 right here, and it says page 1 up here at the top. The very first problem says find the decimal form of. You are responsible for the knowing the properties. I put that on the front. You'll do that at some point, but that's it. How do I find the decimal form of 15/8?
You divide
It's
in
a
some
division.
sort? Okay. 15 divided by 8?
Exactly. Top number divided by bottom number. 15 divided by 8. And what do I get when I do 15 divided by 8? Someone brought a calculator today.
Like 0.9 something?
No.
No?
1.875.
Oh, 1.
That is called, that's 15 divided by 8. Just type it in, 15 divided by 8. And we get 1.875. That's what we call a terminating decimal. It's terminating because it's 1.875 stop. Right? Now, how about negative 11/6? Repeating, right? So this is called a repeating decimal. And you know that little bar means that's the digit that repeats, right? It goes only over the 3. As only the 3 is the number that is repeating. All right, describe and graph. All right, describe and graph. Let's have, I don't know about description, let's look at graph. On a number line, what would that look like? So we're gonna have an open circle at 3, right? Everybody okay with open circle? Yeah, that's open circle. And then x is greater than 3, so we're gonna shade right. Remember, this is negative infinity on this side and positive infinity on this side. So since we want to be bigger than 3, we're heading to positive infinity, not negative. All right, good. How about this one? What do you think this one is? There's 2 numbers, so I'm going to go ahead and put dots at those 2 numbers. What do you think about those dots? They're going to be shaded in between them. And some of you are going to say, how do you know that? Well, stop a minute. Where's the X? So where are we shading? In the middle. Now, is that the right answer? No, that's this one needs to be filled in. Absolutely.
Wait, why does that need, okay.
They're equal to. Now, this guy right here, be careful. When I look at that, I immediately think plotting that point on my graph. That looks like a point. Is that what X, Y? But that isn't what it means. It means put this interval. Did you guys do interval notation last year? This is an interval now, and we're putting it on the number line. So I'm going to put my -1, and I'm going to put my 3 on the number line. That makes sense. Those are the 2 numbers in the problem. Now, what else? What do I do now? Do you think those should be colored in dots or open dots?
We'll close for the 1.
Actually, they're both open. This parentheses means open. As soon as you see a bracket, this is a bracket, we're gonna close the dot in. But this problem doesn't have any brackets, so it's gonna stay open, open. Any ideas where I shade? In between. An interval notation always has two numbers, and you shade in between the numbers all the time. So with that in mind, can you do D? What do you think about D? Now this is another interval. So I'm gonna have the -2 and the 6. And the -2 is a closed dot because that is a bracket, and brackets mean closed dots. Okay, and then where do I shade? Always in between. Yeah. Oh my, what about this one? I know there's gonna be a 4, and I know it's gonna be closed in. Agreed?
Yeah.
Where's negative infinity?
Left.
Negative infinity's out here. Now, don't you ever put a dot at negative infinity. Okay, negative infinity is the arrow. Don't put a dot here. But we do know that we always shade between them, right? So that means I am going to shade this arrow. All the number line between negative infinity and 4 is going to get shaded in. Does that make sense? All right. Number 3. Let's skip the directions for a minute. What if I told you to sketch that on the number line, like we've been doing? This is 3A. Can you sketch that on the number line? I hope. Got a dot at 4, a dot at 6, open or close, open, parentheses is open, and shading in between, right? Now, when it says write as an inequality, it means write it with less than or greater than symbols. Okay, like this is an inequality. So we want, this is an interval. We want to write this same idea with this kind of notation. So this is easier than you think. Go ahead and put your 4 and your 6. And then where did we shade? In the middle, so I'm gonna put my X right in the middle. And then I'm gonna fill in with less than's. Because 4 is less than these numbers, which are less than 6. When you write one of these, this is called a compound inequality. When you write that, you're always gonna use less than's. If you have 2 numbers, you're always gonna use less than's. Now, should they be, should I have those? Do I need those? No. Why not? Because the dots are open. And why are the dots open? Because those are the parentheses. So I do not want those. Take a second and see if you can handle this one. This one is a little tricky, but I think you can do it. Take a minute and see if you can do that one. And while you're doing that, I'm gonna run through my attendance. Keaton, Grayson, Laney, Sam, or Samuel, Molly, Kennedy, Aaron, Amaya, Merritt, Bohin, Orion, Moya, Zion, Bobby, Kyle, Chase, Joseph, Braylon, Malaya, Aaliyah.
Wait, which one are you, yeah, which one are you?
This is Rutland,
Oh, Yeah, I'm here.
That's you?
Yeah.
Did I have another? Maria?
Yeah, she was the first one.
Helvey?
Yeah.
Is that you? Okay, you go here. Okay, Onyx here, Anastasia.
Here.
Meg is here, Isaiah,
Here.
Simone,
Here.
Ryan,
Here.
and Johnny.
Here.
Anybody I didn't call? Okay, so we're all here for merit. Okay, that's good. All right, did you guys, were you able to write this in Minerva? What did your, as an inequality, what did it look like? Okay, so you said, no, you're fine, you're fine. What you said first was right. Now, we normally don't write it that way, but you're right. She said, this is what this looks like. So if I graphed it, would you agree that's what it looks like? Now, my brain looks at that and says, x has to be greater than or equal to 6. Now, be careful. If you wrote this, you are right, because these two things are the same thing. Now, I don't know how many of you had Mrs. Field or not, but she's always yelling about keep that variable first. I don't care, but this is the way we normally write it. But these two are the same. These two are the same.
I mean, why is it not like the other one? Why is there no like infinity?
There's no what?
Infinity?
Okay, we never put infinity in an interval.
Okay.
Never put infinity, in an inequality. It can go in an interval, but not in an inequality.
Okay.
So you'll never have, x less than, and have an infinity in there something.
Yeah.
That doesn't happen.
Yeah.
Okay?
And I should turn this fan up so I can
You can. I'm sorry it has to be on. He's got one over there and one in here. It just got, the thing's not working, and it got so hot in here. So, yes, sorry about that. All right, so are we good on this? This or this would be the answer.
Both?
Because we're describing all of the numbers in the world that are bigger than 6. All right, how about C? C is a picture, and we want to write it like this, okay? So anybody have an idea about how we would write problem C? Yep,
-1 is less than x, and then less than with a underline, and then 5.
that's called a less than or equal to.
Less than equal.
What do you think, class? Is he right? I think he's right. So this one doesn't have a line because it's an open dot. This one does have a line because it's a closed dot. And Mrs. Ford told you that when you're writing an inequality with two numbers like that, you always use less thans. And that's it. All right, now, number 4, write in interval notation. So that means write it like this with the parentheses and the brackets. All right? So what do you think about 4A? She says parentheses 4, 9. What do you think, class? Is she right?
Yes.
She's right on. Why are those parentheses? Sometimes they're brackets. Why are they parentheses?
Color
They're not or equal to. All right. Oh, too much math, not enough time. All right, we'll pick up there next time. Obviously, in those sections, we're going to have a math homework, but you have your syllabus and